My name is Ajay Gulati. I am an income tax officer. Plus, I am also the author of Advanced Maths and Arithmetic books by the name of Brahmastra. Students, today I'll be dealing with you the reasoning topic, that is syllogism. It's a very important topic for any reasoning exam, any exam which includes reasoning, absolutely any exam. So, and I'll make sure that I'll discuss it with you in such a easy manner that you will understand it in the very first attempt, in the very first go. And students, since this is very crucial time, your exam is also near, motivation, you need a lot of motivation. So I'll make sure today I'll tell you a very interesting story of a person who have fought with all the odds to fulfill his dreams. The name is Carolee Tuckers. I'll tell you in detail about this person in the class, not in one shot, but in parts, like some story, then some concept, some studies, then some story, then some study. But this story now will motivate you like anything. I don't think there can be any better example for motivation than the story of this Carolee Tuckers. Okay, so let's start with the basic things. I'll tell you the basics first of this topic, then we will move ahead. Yeah, see, first of all, I'll tell you sets. What are sets? If I say A, this is A, okay, and this is B. This is A, this is B. This is A, this is B. Clear? This, what is this portion? This portion is called A intersection B. It represents those people, those parts which are included in A as well as included in B. This is A intersection B. And if I talk about this entire zone like this is called A union B. Like either A or B. If I need to find all the people or all the elements which are in A or B, so I'll take this part, A or B. I'll explain it to you with a very suitable example. Let's say I consider Europe and Russia. See, let's say this part is Europe. Okay, this part is Europe. I'm not good at drawing and it doesn't matter at all. And let's say Europe and Asia. Okay, this is Europe. See, this is Europe. And suppose, let's say this part is Asia. It does not matter how I draw. This part, this is common. Okay, this is called Eurasia. Europe plus Asia, so it is Eurasia. This is like Europe intersection Asia or Eurasia. If I talk about all the peoples who live in Europe or Russia, who live anywhere in Europe or Russia, so what will be my graph? So my diagram will be like this. Okay, this is Europe, Union, Asia. This is E union A. Clear this part, E union A. Okay, now when do we have this sort of diagram in syllogism? Sometimes there are terms like some Europeans are Asians. Some Europeans are Asian means if I draw Europe, I draw Asia, then there is some part which is getting intersected. It does not matter if the intersection is this small portion or the intersection could also be like this very big one. Okay, or even more bigger one. Here the intersection is this big portion, but there is some intersection. Something is common between these two. This is called intersection, and this line is generally represented by some this or that. Okay, some this or that. Clear? Some living species. Fine, this part is clear. Okay, like some people which have 4 limbs can live on trees. See, we have 4 limbs, like 2 hands, 2 legs. Not all of us can live on trees, but monkeys are there who can live on trees. Cheetah, that is we called leopard. Leopards can live on trees. So that part, some this can do that. So this is for some part. You have got this thing basic clear. Now I'll move ahead and let me just find a duster or a eraser. I tend to forget it most times. This part is done. Next part. If I say all South Indians, all South Indians are obviously Indians. Okay. So the statement goes all South Indians are Indians. How does it go? Let's say this is a map of India. Please bear with my drawing, it's very pathetic, I know. Okay. So let's say this is South India. All South Indians are Indians. We represent it like this. Many a times it is being given all rats are animals. So how we draw this thing? When we draw this thing, how do we do? If all A's are B's, all A's are B's, it is like this. First of all, I will draw A, and this A will be contained totally in B. Okay. All Delhites, I am a Delhite. All Delhites are Indians. Obviously true. All Delhites are Indians. All the people who live in Delhi are Indians. All Marathis are Indians. Definitely. All MPNs, okay, that is very, very easy. All MPNs are Indians. See, Maharashtra, MP is here. So all the people who live in Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh live in India. So all MPNs are Indians this way. This is you got. So whenever we have a statement, all this are that. All this are that. So I'll make sure that this is included in that. This is the main thing. One last thing which I'll be dealing with you is, for that I'll need to draw the diagram again. See this part you got. When we have it like this, all A's are B's. So it means A is a subset of B. A is a subset of B. A is a subset of B means everything which is there in A lies within B, but in B there might be many other things which don't lie in A. Let's say this is the graph of India. Let's say the first time I draw it better. Okay, if I say all MPNs are Indians. So all MPNs are Indians, but whatever is there is in MP, that is contained in India also. But there are a lot of other things in India which are not there in MP. This is the part. If A is a subset of B, everything in A will be there in B, but in B there will be many other things which does not lie in A. This is one part. Let's come to the next part. So this is a very important topic and very easy topic. Once I finish this theory now, we'll start with the questions directly and you will be very easily able to solve them. Okay. Now I'm rubbing this. The last part is no A is B. For that I need to draw a map of my country a bit bigger. Okay, suppose this is the map of India. I'm very sorry for my drawing. Please bear with me. Please forgive me. Let's say this part is Haryana. Okay, and suppose this part is Telangana. Haryana, Telangana. Fine. Now what do I say? Now I say no Haryana is Telangana. See, they don't intersect at all. These two parts don't intersect at all. So I'll say no Haryana is Telangana. Clear? No Haryana is Telangana. I'll tell you a very suitable example after this part. No Haryana is Telangana means these two sets are absolutely disjoint set. This is Haryana, this is Telangana. No Haryanvi is Telangana. No Haryanvi is Telangana. Means these are absolutely, they don't intersect at all. This part done. Now let's say Haryana. We know the capital of Haryana and Punjab is Chandigarh. Capital of Haryana and Punjab is Chandigarh. Let's say this part is Punjab. Okay, so this particular part I can say some Haryana, this Chandigarh portion, Some Haryana, some Haryana is Punjab. That is Chandigarh. Okay, this is the intersection. This part, students. I whatever I am telling you is based on real things, but the questions will be absolutely illogical. They might not have to. There will be no coincidence with the reality, like the statutory warning or information, whatever is given in the beginning of a movie. Na, it just even if it resembles with anything real, that will just be a coincidence. So this thing here will be like that. There won't be any resemblance with the truth. It will be all fake, like sort of absolutely imaginary. Whatever will be there given in your questions. So this part is done. I've explained you all the things. See, these are disjoint sets. These are called no. This is that. Then we have some. This is that. So there is intersection, and all A's are B's. This is like this. These are the three things on the basis of which we will be doing the questions, and we will cover the entire gamut. All the possible questions will be covered on the basis of these three, and you will be very easily able to solve all the questions. Okay, so I was telling you about a very, very popular personality that was Carolee Tuckers. Fine. I tell you guys, this man will make you study like anything. This man will make you not to miss any chance to crack your exam. Okay. This is the person, Carolee Tuckers. Right now, I am bringing it to you. What this fellow did? This is Carolee Tuckers. He was a Hungarian shooter, pistol shooter. Okay, he used to prepare for Olympics. He was like he was preparing in the time of 1930s and so on, 1938. So before 1936, it was well known to all the shooters in Hungary that there is a person called Carolee Tuckers who is very good with pistol, and he's our most probable Olympic candidate. But during the time of 1936, when Olympics were there, this fellow wasn't allowed entry into Olympics because he used to be a sergeant. Okay, only the commissioned officers could go for Olympics. So he was denied the chance of going into the Olympics. But he has won all the local level shooting competition in Hungary. All the national level shooting competition is in Hungary. But still he was denied the opportunity of going to Olympics. So 1936 passed. He got promoted so very soon, and he used to be practice a lot. He was very well versed with whatever he was doing. In 1938, a world war was about to start. So he was actually in army. When he was in army, what happened once was he was practicing throwing a grenade, and unfortunately that bomb shell exploded in his hand. He was throwing it with his right hand. In the image you could see, he was throwing with his right hand, and his hand got destroyed, mutilated very badly. He got seriously injured. I think it took more than 1 month. He was in hospital only for this hand treatment, but he lost his hand. Okay, but he wanted to be a shooter, to be a world class shooter. What could he do? He lost his prime hand. He lost his main hand. How to do it? He started practicing with his left hand. Okay, remaining story I'll tell you after a few questions. So let's get back to studies. Let me bring you some questions. Okay, so we have the first question in front of us. The question given is, some rats are cows. Let's say these are the rats. Some rats are cows. Okay, so we know there is some portion of rats which lies with the cats. Then all cows are animals. These are cows. These will be contained inside animals. Okay, I should have drawn this one anyways. All cows are animals. Now what do I see? I see some parts of rat is shared with cows. Rats and share something common. Then the animals part. This animals part will be more than rats, more than cows. So there could be some intersection, like this extra intersection between rats and animals. Okay. What is the first statement? Conclusion. We have to tell which conclusion follow. All rats are animals. Okay, all rats are animals. Can I say so? This portion, all rats, see only this much portion of rats, na? Only this much portion of rats is with animals. This portion of rats is not with animals. So the first statement is definitely wrong. This statement is definitely wrong. This is not possible. Next is some animals are rats. Some animals are rats. Definitely this much portion of animals lies with rat. So this statement is absolutely correct. Okay. Only conclusion 1 follow no. Only conclusion 2 follow. This is correct. Both conclusion 1 to follow no. Neither conclusion. This is absolutely wrong. So what do we have? Our option is answer number D is our option. Option number that one conclusion follow. And which is that one conclusion? This second conclusion is the one which follows. So this is your answer. Very clear to all? Should I move ahead? Okay, I'm moving ahead. Let me wrap this, then I'll show you the next question. Let's take another beautiful question. No parrots are black. No parrots are black. Let's say I draw parrots over here. This is parrot. This is I draw another set black. Okay. All crows are black. All crows are black means the crows lie in this portion. These are crows. All crows are black. Okay. From the above statement premises, which one of the following conclusion is true? From among these which have from based on above to above, we have to tell based on the above which is true. See, first, some crows are not parrots. Definitely some crows are not parrots. Actually, no crow is parrot, but this appears to be true. Let me show you the option, then we'll conclude. No crows are parrots. No crow. This is the precise thing. No crow is parrot. Okay. No crow is parrot. I'll tell you very good example. Okay. Let's say, just talking about the map. I say, let's say this India is situated in the north. No Indians are Australians. Obviously, India and Australia are far apart. Okay. So no Indian is Australian. If I say all Delhites are Indians, obviously all the Delhites are Indians. So can I say no Delhite is Australian? Exactly, no Delhite is Australian. So if these two are disjoint sets and something is contained in this particular set, then there won't be any interaction in between these two. So that way, no crow is a parrot is the precise answer. No crows are parrots. I don't even need to further check it. Why? Had the last option been this and this is true, then I would have checked it. If I got a precise solution, then why should I go for the other options? I've got the answer. That is all what I want to say. Okay, that is all what I needed. I got an answer. Why should I look at the other options? So this is done. Okay. Yeah. So far things are clear, I hope. Let me come back to the person Carolee Tuckers. Now he lost his hand in the 1938 practice shooting army practice. In 1939, there he lost his right hand. Okay, he lost his prime hand. In 1939, there occurred a tournament in Russia, shooting tournament in Russia. He went there. When he went there, all the pistol shooters welcomed him, thanked him for coming to the shooting event and giving the motivation to other people. Okay, giving the motivation to other shooters. What did he say when he went there? They were all thanking him. Thank you so much for coming, motivating us, raising our inspiration. He said, I'm not here to raise your morals. I'm here to take part in the competition. They were all stunned. Thought, are you a foolish person? Will you compete with us? You have lost your right hand. We have been practicing for such a long period of time. You have come to rival with us. He said, yes, I'll take part in the competition. Okay, he took the part. They all shot with their best hand, with their prime hand. What did Carolee Tuckers do? For 1 year, he was practicing with his left hand. He took part in the competition. He took part in the competition with his only hand, which was not so favorable for him. With the hand he was not very well versed. Okay, he took part in the competition, and he managed to win it. The first prize, he managed to win the gold in that particular competition. Whole of the shooters, all the shooters in the Hungary were stunned. What did he do? What did he pull out? It again looked like that he could be our next Olympic contender who could bring us Olympic. Okay, so it was projected, he was projected to be our next, he was promoted now, he could take part in the Olympics. So he was projected as our next Olympic hero who could win us a gold in Olympic shooting. So the next Olympic was in after 1936, 4 years. It was in 1940. Next Olympic was actually supposed to be held in 1940. It was scheduled in 1940, but it didn't happen. So now the next Olympic was in 19. It did not occur. Why? Because of the World War. So it was rescheduled 4 years later. Now Carly Takacs, who was very strict with his aim, he was very stern with his aim. He wanted to win a gold for his country. He wanted to be the world's best shooter, but he was denied this opportunity because of the World Cup. He made up his mind, no problem, whatever comes next, I'll take part in 1944 Olympics. He started preparing more. Next Olympic was in 1944. See, in 1940 he was at his prime. He was 30 years old. 1936 he was 26-year old. He was actually very well. If somebody tells Virat Kohli at the age of 30, brother, you can't play right now, come after 4 years. Compete after 4 years. Definitely many youngsters will come who can beat him in the next 4 years. Many young generation will come who will be at their peak. So definitely Virat Kohli might not be at the peak. So anyhow, he's continued his preparation for the next 4 years. I'll come back to this magnificent story. Let's just bring the next question. What do we have next? Some players are singers. Okay, let's say these are some players, these are singers, these are singers. Next line is all singers are tall. Whosoever is a singer will definitely be tall. From here what I can obviously say is some part of the players will not be there in the tall people. Okay, first statement, some players are tall. Definitely this part of players, these many players are tall. This is definitely true. Okay, whatever way you draw this diagram, this will be true. Okay, first statement is correct, definitely correct. Let's look if some other statement is there. All players are tall. Are these players tall? No. Main thing is I want to deny something. Can I deny something? Yes. If you can deny something, that is not then that thing is not your answer. You have to, your main prime task is denying something. So all players are tall is wrong. Okay, conclusion. Now options. A, answer 1. Yes, 1 is the answer. This is your answer. You have got it. Easily you got it. Okay. Let me bring you the next question now. Now we have some vegetables are fruits. Some vegetables are fruits. Done. Next, no fruit is black. Now this is the main thing, students. Now there'll be probable diagrams. Okay, there'll be probable diagrams. How will I draw those probable diagrams? With using different pens. Okay. Yeah. Now no fruit is black. So black portion will be exactly out of this. Black portion will be exactly out of this. See, black could lie over here. This could be black. This is one possibility. Okay. Black could lie somewhere like this. I have to deny options. Okay. The thing which will be true in all cases. Okay. Black could be like this. Some part of black could lie with vegetables. This is B2. Or it could be like this. B3. This case where no black is fruit. No fruit is black. So no fruit is black. Black is entirely outside this. But the fruit part is contained in vegetables. This is B3. Now let's look at the option. We have to tell which part is definitely true. First, some fruits are vegetables. Yes, we are given some vegetables are fruits, so some fruits are vegetables. This is true. Some fruits are vegetables is definitely true. No vegetable is black. No vegetable is black. Can you definitely say it? See here, some vegetables are black. So I have denied this. If I deny anything now, if I deny any statement, then there is a possible, then I'll not consider it as true. I will not consider it as true. Therefore, I deny this. So what is my answer? My option is only option 1, that is option A. This is your answer. I hope this is clear to all of you. Okay. I think I should tell this part again. The second statement, no vegetable is black. See, here we have two cases in which we can prove the above statement to be false. Why? Because this part of vegetable, because this part of vegetable is black. Even in this case, some vegetables are black, because black, we were not told anything about blacks and vegetables. We were only told a relation between fruits and blacks. Nothing was common in between fruit and black. That is, they were disjoint sets. Disjoint sets are, that is, which don't have any intersection. They are far apart, like this. I made this true. In see, no fruit is black. In all the three diagrams, there is no intersection between fruits part and black part. There is no intersection between fruits part and black part. So you can do it like this. You got it. But I can't definitely deny the second statement. That is a statement, that is no vegetable is black. In both these cases, vegetables are having some intersection with the blacks. So second statement is not definitely true. I discard that. So now I have a few sets, but theory, let's see. If conclusion 1 follows, we will mark option 1. If conclusion 2 follows, we mark option 2. If either conclusion 1 or 2 follow, it means at one time either this will be true or that will be true. Both of them cannot be false. At least one of them will be true. If neither conclusion 1 or 2 follow, means none of the statements is possible. If both conclusion 1 and 2 follow, then I'll mark option 5. Let's look at the first statement. Some kites are thread, no thread is a needle. Look, first of all, first statement is some kites are thread. I take this aside. Some kites are threads. So should I draw the diagram bigger? Some kites are threads. Some kites are threads. Then we have no thread is needle. This is thread. No thread is needle. So where can I draw the needle? No thread is needle. See, if thread cannot be needle, so thread could be over here. Thread could be over here. Thread could be over here. Okay. Now let's look. First part. First conclusion. Some kites are needles. Some kites are needles. Okay. No thread is needle over here. Needle. Okay. What it is? No thread is needle. See, can I definitely say no thread is needle? Why? Because here some. Just a second. I'm very sorry. The no thread is needle. This is the statement. No thread is needle. The first conclusion is some kites are needles. Some kites are needles. Can I definitely say it over in this particular case? Here the needles lie over this part. So how can I say? From now on, what I'll do is I'll be making green parts which will be possibilities, and the yellow parts, this yellow part has the one which are absolutely true. These three greens are possibilities. The first conclusion is some kites are needles. Some kites are not needles. See, here none of the kite is a needle. So first statement is denied. No needle is a thread. The other thing is no needle is a thread. Can you say so? Here this needle is a thread. So neither first is true nor second is true. But see, I repeat again. So let's say the same. No needle is thread. No needle is thread. Here in this case, no. Can I deny this? Some needles are threads. I am sorry. This is thread. I am very sorry, my dear students. No needle is thread. This is definitely true. Why? Because we have already separated needles from the threads. So second statement is true. This is your answer. Only conclusion 2 follows. This is your answer for this particular question. I am sorry. I mistook it for needle and kites. So threads and needles are absolutely different. So second statement is true. Let's move to the next set. The next set says some books are pens. So, first of all, I'll draw the original diagram. Some books, these are books, these are pens. Some books are pens. All pens are papers. Let's say these are pens. Now all the pens are contained in papers. All the pens are contained inside papers? Now let's look at the question. Some papers are books. Can I say yes? Some papers are books. Definitely, some papers are books. First is true. Some papers are books. This is true. All books are papers. Can I say all books are papers? No. See, all books are papers. Can I definitely say it? Why? I just want to deny it. If I can deny it with any example, my answer will be done. All books are not papers because this part of books is not papers. There could have been a possibility for this paper diagram like this. There could have been a possibility where all the books are contained in paper, but that does not matter. What matters is, can I deny any statement? Yes, I can deny the statement all books are papers. Why? Because this part of books is not paper as per my diagram. If I can deny anything, then that is denied. Okay, so this is not true. Here what we have is, here we have only conclusion 1 follows. So your answer is option number 1. Let's move to the next set. All chairs are buildings. All chairs are buildings. Let's say I draw chairs. This is chairs. This is buildings. All chairs are buildings. Okay. Now, next thing. All tables are buildings. Now let me draw this diagram small. All chairs are buildings. Okay, I did it. Okay, all chairs. This chairs part is contained exactly in buildings. Next is some table. All tables are buildings. All the tables are buildings. Now for green part, for the I'll draw the diagram by using different methods. All tables are building. I'll draw by green. See, if I say all tables are building, this is possible. Yes, these tables, all the tables are building. This is also possible. Okay, this is also possible. Okay, so far I've drawn theta, and this is also possible. The table part is contained in the building part, but all the chairs are also contained in the table part. My main motive will be to deny any statement. First conclusion, some chairs are tables. Some chairs are tables. See, if I take this as chairs and this as tables, so are some chair tables? No. With this particular example, I have denied this. This is chair, this is table. I have denied it. So some chairs are tables is wrong. Okay, some tables are chairs. Some tables are chairs. From this particular set, I can again say some tables. These are the tables which are not chairs. Okay, these are the tables which are not chairs. I can deny it again. Clear? Some tables are chairs and some chairs are tables. I have denied them. Clear? And it is not true that at least one of them will be true. If I just take this particular case, what I mean to say is, if I just take this case, building, this is chair, this is table. If I consider this case, can I deny both the statements together? Yes. Some chairs are tables. No chair is table. Some tables are chairs. This is also. So if I consider this case, then at a time, none of them could be true. So either option is also denied. So if neither conclusion 1 or 2 follow, this is your answer. Getting my student, this part is very third very important. You have to check it. Sometimes it happens both the statements are individually false, but together they cannot be false. Here I have proved them, both of them together, to be false. Neither one is true, neither two is true. So this is your answer for this particular set. What? Neither conclusion 1 nor conclusion 2 follows. I'll take up more questions, but yeah, just give me a second. Let me wrap this. I'll take up more sets. Or should I start with the story? So okay, let me tell you the story. Yeah. 40 Olympics cancelled. It was supposed to be scheduled in 1944, and in 1944 also the Olympics could not take place because the World War was still going on. So the 44 also got cancelled. Now Carolee Tucker was 34. obviously without his right hand, prime hand. It got rescheduled to 1948. In 1948, it did occur. Okay, in 1948, the Olympics did took place. Our man Karli Takas was going to take part. During this time, from 1936 to this time, the reigning world champion, who was the current leader, was the most favorite one, Carlos Valiente. Okay, he was the reigning world champion, and he was also the favorite one to win it. He People assume that he will win it. Okay, this Carlos Valiente got to Carly Tuckers before the event started. Anyhow, maybe to demotivate him or just to make mockery of him, he asked him, "What are you doing here, bro? This place doesn't belong to you." Carly Tuckers very politely replied, I'm here maybe to learn something, maybe to set up a world record." This Valiante laughed at his gesture, whatever, laughed at his response. Fine, no problem. The things event started. The same thing. Who's our best runner in the world? What do we call? What is the name of the most fierce runner, the fastest runner in the world? I am unable to recall his name. Anyway, I'll recall it soon. The Usain Bolt. Huh? This is the strategy of Usain Bolt. What he does before the race starts, now he talks to his fellow competitors and tells them, "Bro, I could finish this race. I could finish my practice session in very small time, in this particular time." And those people were astonished. How could you do it? They were stunned. They were actually shocked. If he could do it in such a little time, how would we manage to defeat him? This is basically the strategy to demotivate your opponent so that he does not perform well at the most crucial time. So exactly might have been the same. This might have been the same thing. What happened to Carly Tuckers? No problem. The event started, and our man, with his left hand, managed to win first rank, the gold. 1948, while being at the age of 38, while he was 38 years old, he managed to bang it. He got the first prize with his left hand, from which he started training in 1938. After 1938, when he was more than 28 years old, and he won the gold for his country. He did not stop. 1952, important thing. After the event, Carlos Valiente went to him and told him, congratulated him, and acknowledged, "Bro, you have learned a lot. You have learned it." 1952, he went there again. Carlos Valiente also went there again. He again strike a gold. Who? Obviously, Carly Tuckers. This was huge history. Like someone could win the gold for two consecutive slots, two consecutive Olympics in the first time. This was the first time that anyone could win two Olympics in two consecutive events. This was Carly Tuckers who did it, who had such power, who had such strong willpower to do it. He did it for two consecutive years, that too when he was disabled. Okay, he didn't took part in the, like, now we have amputed Olympics, like those people who don't have, who are not equally capable with us, who have lost some of their body parts. For them, there are special Olympics now. But he was amputated and he still managed to win the gold, beating those who had everything with them. Now again, Carlos Valiente went to him and told him, "Bro, you have learned more than enough. Maybe it's time to teach me. Maybe it's time to teach me." So, this is the willpower to do something. You have your exam, you just need to crack it. You just need to study, bro. My dear friends, study very hard, crack your exam in first attempt. Don't let it linger on. We will consider it later. Maybe Corona might delay our exam. Don't take any of these things. Just go and crack your exam in the first attempt. Okay, guys, you got it. Just go and crack your exam in the first attempt. Study thoroughly, study like the man practiced with his pistol. Okay, so now let's get back to work. So let's move to questions now. What is next set? All goats are kites. All goats are kites. Let's say this is kites. This is goats. All the goats are kites. That is goats lie inside kites. All roses are goats. Okay. All roses are goats. Roses lie inside the goats. Some kites are bees. Now the thing, bees. See, some kites are bees. The diagram could be like this. Some kites are like bees. Here what is happening is kite and bees only have an intersection. Bees don't intersect with roses or goats. Okay. But it could be like this also. Here the goats and bees also intersect. Or it could be like this also. Like this bees could intersect with kites, goats and roses also. What are the conclusions? Some kites are roses. Some kites are roses. Definitely, even if I don't draw the green diagrams, I know some parts of kite is like roses. Like if Delhi is in India, so some Indians are obviously delights. Some Indians are delights, so that way, like this is Delhi and this is India. So some of the Indians are delights, some of the kites are roses. This is true. Some goats are bees. Some goats are bees. Can I definitely say it? No. If these are goats and this is the set for bees, then there is no intersection between bees and goats. So some goats are not. This is not true. Second statement is not true. The first statement is true. Only conclusion 1 follows. Your option 1 is your answer. I hope you must have got it, dear students. Let's move to the next one. Let's move to the next set. All bats are elephants. All bats are elephants. Third statement, all crows are brats. So let's start with the third statement. All crows are brats. Let me draw crows. All crows are bats. Done. First statement, all bats are elephants. All bats are elephants. So far I am drawing is confirmed true. We need not make probable diagrams. So these are confirmed diagrams. So next. Some balloons are crows. Some balloons are crows. Okay. See. First of all, I draw it. All crows are bats. Oh, I'm reading. Some balloons are crows. That is definitely true. Some balloons. I think I draw the. Let me just check. Yeah, everything is fine. The mistake which I was doing is I did not read. I just thought it balloons. Okay. Now the second is some balloons are crows. See, this is bats. Now let's talk about balloons. Some balloons are crows. How can I draw this diagram? One way of drawing this diagram is like this. These are balloons. Some balloons are crows. Other ways, I could increase the intersection. Okay. Some balloons. These are balloons. Some balloons are crows, but they are also intersecting with bats. Okay. Here balloons and crows were intersecting only. Here crows was intersecting with balloons, also with a little bit also with the bats. Okay. Just wait for a minute. Let the video stabilize. Yeah. In this part, what's happening is balloons intersecting with crows, bats as well as elephants. Or there could be a possibility some balloons might be the ones which don't intersect with any of elephants. Okay. Now, what is the first conclusion? Some balloons are elephants. Some balloons are elephants. Students, you take any of the three diagrams. Some part of balloon lies in the elephant definitely. Here the entire balloon lies in the elephant. Here also the entire balloon lies in the elephant. Here also this much part lies in the elephant. I am unable to deny this statement. I am unable to deny this statement. When I am unable to deny this statement, I'll put a tick to it. This is definitely true. some elephants are crows. See, I already know, and in entire elephant gamut there are crows. So definitely some part of elephants is crows. So this part is also true. This part is also true. When both of them true, what will be my answer? If both conclusions 1 and 2 follow, that is option number 5 is your answer. So in this case, we have both the options as our answer, and it makes sense. Should I move ahead, my dear students? Let me draw this, rub this first. Now let's bring the next set. So next set. Some windows are doors. Some windows are doors. Let's say I draw windows. I draw doors. Some windows are doors. Next. No door is chair. No door is chair. So what I'll do, I'll have to draw chair separately. No door is chair. Either I can draw chair here. Either I could draw chair here. Also I could draw chair here. I could draw chair anywhere. Okay. Now. The conclusion. Some windows are chairs. Some windows are chairs. This is necessarily true? If I take this diagram, green one, some windows are chairs. This is denied. This is not true. Second, all doors are windows. First one is definitely false. All doors are windows. How can it be possible? We are being told some windows are doors. Some of the windows are doors. If some of the windows are doors, okay, then how is it possible? Look, if some of the windows are doors, then all the doors are not windows. Clear? So this is also not satisfied. So none of the option is coming out to be true. We have very clearly denied that both cannot be true. So the answer is none of them follow. If neither conclusion 1 or 2 follow, then your answer is option number 4. I have clearly denied both the statements. Both the statements are false. I repeat them again. Some windows are chairs. Some windows are chairs. This is false. Here all doors are windows. How can all doors are windows? See, this part of doors is not at all windows. So this statement is also clearly denied. This cannot be the answer. And let's move to the next set. The next set is all forests are figures. Okay. First of all, I'll draw forest. All forests, these are forests, are figures. F-I-G, figures. Okay. Now, next part. Some figures are houses. See, some figures are houses. How can I draw it? There is some intersection. Some figures are houses like this. If I say some figure are houses, so H could be like this. Some part is intersection. H could also be like this. Some figures are houses. It could be like this also. See, still some part of the figures lies intersects with the houses. One more way of drawing this diagram, like this. How? Why? Some part of the figure is houses, but entire houses is contained in the figure. No problem, students. Don't get distracted by. Don't feel problematic by the problems. Don't by possibilities. It won't take too long. This is also possible. Some of the figures are houses. Okay, some part of the figures are houses, but these houses are also intersecting with forest. Or it could be like this also. All these could be the houses, but don't worry, you will easily get the answer. Just look at the options. First, some houses are forests. Some houses are forest. Can you deny this? Yes, you can definitely deny this. Some houses are forest. If you can take this diagram. Here, none of the houses are forest. So this is denied. This option is not true. No house is forest. Can I say so? No house is forest. See, in this diagram, I can say no house is a forest. In this diagram also, I can say no house is a forest. Clear, dear students? See, some houses are forest. I am denying that. When I am denying some houses are forest, I am taking this diagram. If I consider only this diagram, can I deny the first statement? Yes. I can deny the first statement. Some houses are forest. This is wrong. Okay. Then I say no house is a forest. See students, now can I deny this? No house is a forest. Uh, I want to deny this statement. See, when now this is the special case when either one or two. Look, I have to deny this. If I have to deny no house is a forest, then I'll take this diagram. Then I'll take this diagram. How come some houses are forest? Even if I take this, I don't want to prove it true. I want to neglect it. So if you combine these together, the first statement says some houses are forest. You are denying it. That means no houses are forest. If no houses are forest, then I'll have to assume the second statement to be true. Getting it, my dear students? Then I'll have to assume. See, let me explain to you. Just discard this. Just a second. Let me come again. The first statement, when I am denying, I am assuming this diagram. Okay, this is the diagram. When I am saying the first one is false, some houses are forest. This diagram says the first is false. Okay, the first is false. Second house, no house is a forest. If I again assume this, no house is a forest, it becomes true. No house is a forest. So at a time, only one could be true. Not both of them could be true together. Not both of them could be true together. Okay, my dear students. See, one more way of doing is, let's put the tick mark on the ones which are true. Let's put the tick mark on the ones which are true. Some houses are forest. See, some houses are forest. Which diagrams are possible? This diagram is possible. Some houses are forest. This diagram is also possible. This diagram is also possible. Now, when the correct method is, see, either you can deny, or if you are not denying, you are agreeing. You have to find one case which is agreed by both the circumstances. No house is forest. If I say no house is forest, let's see which are correct. In this case, no house is forest. Okay, no house is forest. No house is forest. This is the case. Now, students, what's happening is, if I assume both the statement, then all of them are right at least once. Look, either this is right, all these three are right, or these are right. I cannot find a case where I can deny all of them. See, in this case, these two are right. In the first case, these three are right. So all five are right if I combine together. So that means at one point of time, at least one is true. So neither conclusion. My answer will be if either conclusion 1 or 2 follows. See, students, getting my point? Here, all of them 5 are correct at one point of time. So that is, in such a case, either 1 or 2 follows. That is, I cannot deny all of them at one time. I cannot deny all of them together. So this is your answer. The next set we have is, some bottles are jungles. Okay, very strange. Whatever it is. Some bottles are jungles. Now, all jungles are birds. If all jungles are birds, what will happen? Jungle will encompass all jungles are birds. So jungle will be encompassed by birds. This is one probable diagram. There could be one diagram also like this. The birds could encompass jungle as well as books. Let's see. Green diagrams are the probable diagrams. Okay, first, some birds are bottles. Some birds are bottles. See, you take any diagram. If you take the first diagram, some birds are bottles, yes. Here also the birds, this is birds. This part of birds takes this much of bottles. So this statement is definitely true. Some birds are bottles is true. All bottles are birds. If I take this diagram, this part of bottles the birds? No. This part of bottles is away from the birds. Okay, so this is not true. So only first conclusion is true. Some birds are bottles. So you have your answer as, if only conclusion 1 follows, mark 1. This is your answer. I hope it must be clear, dear students. Let me wrap this. So students, we are seeing this is the method we do the questions. I hope you are understanding all this. Okay. Now, what we have? Question number 14th we have is some books are tables. Some books are tables. Some books, this is books are tables. Some books are tables. Then some tables are mirrors. Now look, some tables are mirror. How can I draw this diagram? Some part of table is mirror. This is one way. Some tables are mirror. This is another way where mirrors is intersecting with tables as well as with books. Okay, let's look at the statements. Some mirrors are books. Some mirrors are books. Not definitely true. Why? Because in this diagram these mirrors are not books. Rejected. Okay. Second part. No book is mirror. No book is mirror. Can I deny this? See, now what we have is, students, let's try to put true which statements are true. I have drawn these two probable diagrams. See, first of all, let me deny the second one. No book is mirror. No, if I take this diagram, okay, no book is mirror, no book is mirror, I can deny this by using this. Okay, so let's see, the thing is, while I'm denying the first statement, I'm using this diagram. While I'm denying the second statement, I'm using this diagram. So I'm using both the diagrams for denial. So that means at least one of them is true. Let's put the statements to be true. If see the first statement, some mirrors are books. Let's try to put it true. Some mirrors are books. This diagram proves some mirrors are books. This is true. Okay, in this diagram. Second diagram, no book is mirror. If I have to put second statement to be true, no book is mirror. Which diagram I'll take? I can't. This is not true in the second case. This is true. What is no book is mirror here? So in this particular case, what's happening is, if I am assuming both of them to be true, taking both the conclusions, I get a right in both of these. So when I get a right in both of these, so at least one will be true at one time. Okay. So your answer is if either one or two follows. This is typical type of question, if one or two follows. So you have got your answer. If one or two follows, then your answer is option number 4. I hope it is clear to all. So students, we have done abundant number of questions. We have done all the possible types of questions in this concept, and I hope that will be enough for you. That will enable you to crack any sort of question in your exam. I wish you all the best, students. Dear study, keep focus on your studies. Give all your time to your studies. Don't waste your time. Don't spend time talking on phone, video gaming apps, and all the social media, or with your friends. This is a very crucial time of your life. Please concentrate on your studies. Don't waste it. This is very important for you. So for that, friends, I'll take your leave. We will meet again tomorrow night. Good night. Bye bye. Take care. Myself, Ajay Gulati. Bye.